IsReal News, these are the evening headlines for Friday, March 27th. An Iranian attack wounded U.S. troops and damaged several aircraft at a Saudi airbase, according to a report by the Wall Street Journal. A U.S. official said the strike on Prince Sultan Air Base involved both a missile and drones, hitting American refueling planes. The number and severity of injuries are not yet clear. This comes as the broader conflict continues to intensify across the region. In Israel, a man in his 60s was killed overnight in Tel Aviv after being struck by shrapnel from a missile carrying a dispersal warhead. Multiple impact sites were reported across central Israel, with additional injuries in Tel Aviv and the Negev. Israeli officials reported widespread damage across numerous locations following the barrage, which came after several hours of relative calm. At the same time, Israel is expanding its strikes inside Iran. Reports indicate damage to the Bushehr nuclear power facility, while the Israeli military confirms strikes on nuclear-related infrastructure, including a heavy water plant and a uranium processing site. On the diplomatic front, mixed signals continue. President Donald Trump, speaking at an economic forum in Florida, says negotiations with Iran are ongoing and called on Saudi Arabia to join the Abraham Accords, saying the region's future looks increasingly promising. Trump also claims that Iran's leadership has been severely weakened, suggesting that the supreme leader is no longer in control and that his son may be dead or seriously injured, though no confirmation was provided. Meanwhile, Iran is escalating its threats. Officials warn they will target power infrastructure in Israel and across the region if the United States strikes Iranian energy facilities, and say they could mine the Persian Gulf. In Yemen, Houthi forces say they are prepared to join the conflict under certain conditions, warning that their finger is on the trigger if escalation continues or if maritime routes are used against Iran. In Washington, Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. is concerned about rising settler violence in the West Bank and expects the Israeli government to take action, noting that such attacks are also targeting Israelis. Separately, Israeli authorities are dealing with escalating tensions in the West Bank following deadly clashes and the establishment of new unauthorized outposts, some of which have already been dismantled by security forces. And on Wall Street, markets reacted sharply to the ongoing conflict. The Dow fell nearly 800 points, entering correction territory, while oil prices climbed and gold rose as investors responded to uncertainty in the Middle East. Those are the latest headlines from IsReal News.